Okay,
Oh,
I've heard
wait.
mixed things about those, but from overall, they seem pretty good.
Dude, my other one lasted me for
Hey, we're
years.
live. So y'all just keep talking. That's
What's the
fine.
max temp on that?
The other one I had would go to 720. I'm not sure
Hasn't
about
started
this one.
showing on here yet, though. I wonder how long it's going to take. I don't
And you
have
can
any.
plug that up to like a 6S battery, right?
Yeah, and it came with a wall adapter as well.
See, I think I might end up getting one of those just to have,
Oh my God! Not
in
again.
case I break a motor in the field or something, and I don't have
Yeah.
to go back home.
We're still. It says we're live. We're actually live. It says we've been live for 42 seconds. But then when I look over here to the page, let me
There it
refresh it.
is. There it
There we
goes.
go.
So we're. Hey, just when I said live for 42 seconds. Okay, so let me mute the main YouTube page. There we go. So I can actually, wait a minute, it's still not giving me the comments over here. That's weird. Let me see if it populate now. Anytime. Come on. It's not giving me the comments from, so I will look over here and roll through and be like, hey, Big Orange Drone Flyer, Zach, good to see you. Cove Action, good to see you. And if you notice, there was some volcano footage in the trailer that I put together last night late before I went to bed and before I woke up this morning with an attack of gout for the first time in my life, and it sucks. And then my wife was
Okay.
like, I was like, I don't know what I did. I just had that one 8-piece roll of shrimp lovers seafood. She's like, yeah, and then you had 16 pieces of California roll made with what? Crab meat. And I was like, oh, yeah.
Shellfish give you gout?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
But apparently so, yeah. So anyway, so I had my foot up all day and da 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 da. Let me see if it ever started populating over. Hey, there they went, so I don't have to look back over there anymore. It feels strange. But yes, I've got my foot propped up over here in the chair. So we'll get into that. Gonna say Cove Action, drone shots. There we go, Jody. Good to see you. Fly Zone, Mikey. Fly Zone, FPV. Steve and drones. Glad to have you in the house today as well. I'm not quite as enthusiastic. Yeah, I told them earlier. See here we go, Gary. Look at this. Wait a minute. Come on. Nemo blew up his internet.
Yeah, I actually saw that.
Those big storms in North Carolina got his net. But I love this line. So we actually might have to go find Nemo.
Y'all found me.
Anyway, yeah. Hey, Dusty, good to see you. Glad to have you in the house. John, Flying Flynn Media, good to have you as well. Jody, hey, Jody, what's up? Hey, what's up? TJ, good to see you. Glad to have you here. Gary's here now. We hope his hamsters hold out for the entire episode. And Randy's here. Ron is, I'm not sure where Ron. Oh, Ron's right here going, where the hell's Bill?
I missed the seafood fest tonight. I heard it in the back room, but I didn't get to enjoy any of it.
It was, yeah. We went yesterday. Because we were gonna. Okay, so yes, we will get into the show in a minute. We're gonna go Squirrel early. So let's. I want to see if there's anybody. Drone Views Media. Alan, wow, good to see you. Glad to have you here, man.
Alan just put out a great video the other day.
Yeah, let's see. Is there anybody new that I've missed? Rolling. But
John Coop.
Koopy, Ron is here for the seafood, not the whoops. So anyway, yes, we went somewhere yesterday, which is near a conference that my wife has to go to, right? Because she needed a little bit of help figuring out directions. So we went over there, and then we decided we were going to have seafood, and we were going to have sushi for lunch. And the closest sushi restaurant was like a 30-minute wait. So we decided, to hell with it, we're going to drive all the way back home. We drove back home. We went to our favorite sushi restaurant here in Everett, and I ate like 16 pieces of California roll and, well, no, take that back. I ate 17 pieces of California roll, and I ate 6 pieces of shrimp lovers sushi. So I ate a bunch, but I'd never had gout before in my life, and I woke up this morning and like my left big toe just did not want to work. It was like I had broken it or something. It felt like I was stepping in broken glass. I was just like, this sucks, man. What is this?
I don't think I've ever known anybody that's had the gout. That's just something they hear say in TV and movies.
Well, you actually, and it's when I first heard it, I thought it was a different kind of ailment.
Well, I know a couple guys that have had gout and their legs are like this big around. I don't
No,
know
but it's
if
just
it's part of it.
it's something stupid I did, or I don't think I've done anything crazy. Lori, Chad's wife's in the house. Glad to have you in the house as well, Lori.
Does it make you swell up?
Next time I'm at a seafood buffet, I better go easy.
Ron, I think it's just a combination of stuff because oh God, I don't want to go into all these crazy details about my intake because I have issues going number 2, so I have to take that kind of a diet that way. Mm-hmm. So Scott, good to see you. Okay,
hey,
of course it's all right for you to be here.
Black Rabbit FPV, he may be in the line of that hurricane.
Scotty,
I think he's up in that Panhandle area.
I'm actually going to shut up for here in a minute and let Gary start talking about stuff, and I'm going to look it up on the internet, put it up on the screen. Anyway, but yeah.
And Gary, that storm's heading to you eventually, right?
I don't know. The reason why I was so like out of everything today is because my internet got knocked out and it fried like my security camera, the base of it doesn't work. I couldn't get. I mean, it like messed up my Ethernet cable running to the TV.
Wow.
It's like, yeah, it like did a lot, and it damaged the Ethernet going from my modem to my router. So I have to go tomorrow and get a whole bunch of stuff replaced for free. I mean, obviously, but it was bad. It woke me up. It was shaking the whole house last night.
Why the storm's not even anywhere near you yet?
Yeah, I know, right?
We don't see. That's one thing I guess I don't really miss since they've gotten a lot worse apparently since I left. Yeah. But I remember when I was younger, I used to enjoy the rainstorms that we would get on the East Coast because since I've been out here, they don't get the big thunder and lightning storms like we used to get when I was little. So I kind of miss them out here. But actually, it's been a little bit wetter this summer than it has been for about 4 or 5 summers. It's been super, super dry, but this summer we've actually had a lot of wet weather, and they say that we're going to be colder and wetter this winter, which I'm assuming means more snow. So
you get a lot of snow out there, Bill.
No, not normally, but hey, Bob, good to see you. Bob Casey in the house. Glad to have you here.
Well, you didn't get a ton of snow in Virginia either, did you?
Ooh, when I was young, when I was real little, we got a boatload.
Okay.
When I was, and I'd say Gary got a bunch when he was younger too. But it seems like the older we got, the less snow we got. Right.
Well, I kind of grew up I spent from 10th grade, 9th, 10th grade to after into college up in West Virginia. So yeah, we got a lot.
We haven't had a good snowstorm in about 5 years.
Yeah, same here.
But yeah, we actually had a couple of good snowstorms here last year where they got 4 to 6 inches.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it was really surprising for us. Didn't have anything Christmas time. Looks like we might have a chance at something this year. Rolling. Let me look over right here in chat. Everybody's talking amongst themselves. Glad to see that. Please, yeah, everybody's in the line of fire. William, glad to see you in the house. See you. Thank you. Okay, and here's another thing. Gary was telling me as he was griping at his internet company to restore his internet because he had a live stream to be on, and the guy that was in charge of the live stream was throwing a guilt trip on his ass. I was like, so far nobody showed up. He's like, damn it, I'm coming. Would you just settle down?
Well, I'm limited to less to 100 megabits per second, and usually I'm up about 800 or 900. So.
Oh wow!
Well, you sound and look beautiful, so I don't think you're hampered at all by you.
Well,
thank you, Ron. Thank you.
It's because he's not competing for the signal right now.
Okay.
if both systems were cranked up, like sometimes you'll see in the background behind Gary, something tells me that he'd be like,
He's at a concert. He's at a
There-
concert right now. So
that's what I said. So I was like, that's what's doing it for us.
Good.
Okay. So first, you want to try? Let me see. Let me see. This is the one I'll put up. I will go here. I'm going to go hit the share button, and I'm going to go. Wait a minute. Where did it go? Where did you go? Oh, there you are. The Mobula 6, and I'm going to bring it in so that we can all see it. Da 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 da. And so, Gary, tell us more about, because the Mobula 6 has been around for a while, right?
yes, it has, and there's been all kind of different versions of it. One of the versions that came out before that one was the HD0. It's got a HD0 setup on it, but that's a
Mm-hmm.
Mobula 6. I have that one as well.
Does that
I got that one because that was it was all hyped up, and the Mobula was like, I mean, they like killed it with the Mobula. Happy Model did. I love the Mobula. I've got a Mobula 7 walk snail. I've got a regular Mobula 6. I've got a Mobula 6 HD0. I've got the
now,
Mobula 6 2024, and I've got a new HD0 Mobula coming that I'm excited about.
is that O3 compatible?
No, it is not.
Okay.
So,
That
so,
that
so you can't
that
get one
parti-
of the DJI Air unit, huh?
no.
Okay.
That particular one right there is analog.
I like
I
that
was
price, Gary. $114 though.
Like
Yeah,
you said,
maybe
it's
not.
analog, though. It's analog. You got to
Correct.
realize that.
Oh,
I was
okay.
Yeah.
looking at
Well,
the
a lot of people like analog.
Yeah, right. All that static.
It's really not that bad, man. I mean, I think it's got what does it say on there? Is it 400 milliwatt
It might
VTX?
be because nobody's flying analog anymore. The signals are free.
Oh, people
see.
are flying whoops analog
I
for
don't like
sure.
analog because I like to use the footage off the O3 as my footage. I don't want to carry a GoPro.
Okay.
You wouldn't carry a GoPro on that, although there are probably some people that might try. I mean, this is the size of it right here.
Oh yeah, so
I
that's just like
see.
whooping around the house
All
and
right.
out
Yeah,
for fun.
Oh, that's the new Mobula 6.
yes, sir.
Oh, it's pretty.
That's smaller
And
than
and
Neo.
It's
and
just an all-in-one board and four motors and a camera.
yeah, and I think that one of the big like the cool things about that is, I was talking to Bill about it. Like, I think the weight of it is what really sold it. It came, I think, 19 grams. I think that's what it comes in at.
Mm.
And for Whoop, I mean, I have one that I tried to convert. This one is a Crossfire newbie drone, and I converted it into this frame, and I knocked 5 grams off of it just by putting it in a different frame, new canopy, uh, getting rid of the motor wires. I'm still not done with it. I got different motors I'm gonna put in it, smaller motors, but yeah, this thing is the lighter they are, the better they fly.
Huh.
You see what John's saying? The Mobula 6 HD0 was too
Too
heavy.
heavy.
I was looking at the
This
Pavo
this
Pico
one,
Pro.
that's not. I mean, I actually like this one. I mean, granted, now that everybody's moving toward, we got to have the weight, cut the weight down, which is insane. I mean, I think this is the new Air 65, and this is 17 grams. And let me tell you something, this little quad is so much fun to fly. It
Okay,
is
what firmware does
amazing.
it fly? Walks now?
It's beta flight. No,
Oh,
it's beta flight.
whoa! The OG.
And this is analog as well.
Now,
Have,
Gary, are these quads what you use to call bind and fly?
Yes, they are.
any questions? Any questions? Please put them in the chat, and I will get to them. I'm rolling down through here, see if there's anybody new that's come in
I
that
have
I
a
missed.
question.
Ray Kelly.
Are analog goggles affordable nowadays, Gary?
Uh, I I don't know. Still have my Fat Shark HEO2s, and
Well,
Oh,
they
you got.
probably have both. They probably have the cheaper version, and then you can probably get like really nice versions. probably like $300, something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Not much cheaper than the digital goggles then.
For the high end analog goggles, not a whole lot.
Hello.
I heard Fat Shark came out with another model. Is that what I think I saw that on the Joshua Bardwell stream?
Oh yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
okay? Mike's saying he has the Beta 75 Air.
He's loving it.
Yep.
Loving how it flies.
Yeah. Those things are incredible. I
Okay,
mean,
I know.
19 grams or 17 grams, I'm sorry, is like super light for a whoop, and man, it's awesome. I love it.
And now, what about this?
Happy Mobile 7.
1S 75 millimeter HD Whoop. So someone tells me that's digital?
No,
It's
that
still
one is
analog
not.
and HD? Wow.
That one right. Well, I don't know. I think that one may have like a onboard recording, like a little DVR board or something that you can
Oh,
record in
it says it
HD.
comes with a run cam split, 3 light
Yeah,
cameras.
yeah, that's it. Run cam split, exactly.
So it's still analog, right? Or is it? I don't know.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, it
that's
just
what I thought.
records in HD.
Okay.
How does it record in HD?
It's got a separate DVR board. I don't know if it's like literally HD, but it is. It's better than the analog signal, that's for sure.
Shoulda hit the play button.
Don't do it, Bill. Don't do it.
Oh, that's
Don't do
that's
it.
a that's the old one. I had one of those.
That's a pretty good fly, that Mobile 7.
Well, back then, yeah, but like I said, it's like I don't know, man. They just like things are coming out. That's why I told Bill we should do a show about whoops because there's just so much stuff coming out.
An HD Zero
Because
Mobile 6.
whoops.
Oh, whoa. He's saying, did you see this? An HD Zero Mobile 6 all in one is in the future.
Wow.
Yeah, I've already pre-ordered it. It's supposed to be here
Oh.
the middle of October sometime.
Ooh.
It's the season for
But-
pre-orders, Bill.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, but speaking of HD, now this is a Mobula 7, but this is Walk Snail,
Oh wow.
and this one is you can see I've been flying the shit out of that one. It's got grass and stuff everywhere, right there.
And Walkstone's better than analog, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
But it's still, it's digital, right?
yeah. This one is digital, yes.
Okay.
And this is another way. It's 1S, but man, the way it flies, it's just like
Another quick programming note. Gary didn't test Quicksilver, so we're not going to be talking about it.
I did not, but I've been seeing some good things about it. I want to put it on the Mobula 2024 and see how it does.
The 6?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to see if there's any good questions. Oh, good night. Okay.
Now,
Chuck's going
Gary,
to
are
bed.
you
Good night,
mostly
Chuck.
indoor flyers, or can you fly them indoor and outdoor?
You can fly them both.
Okay.
Yeah, they're fun either way.
The pre-order was $200.
That's not bad.
Yep.
I'm trying to see
Of
if
course, I
there's-
say that's not bad, but what, for $199 you can get a DJI Neo.
So, okay, let me ask you this. This looks like, I'm thinking, I haven't really looked at it that close, but this seems to be like a digital starter kit to me. Let me put this in here.
The Gep RC Cinelog 20 looked like a pretty fun little whoop too.
This is a Gep RC. And you said what? What were you saying, Randy?
Cinelog 20, the HD 03.
This is what I just ran onto because it's got box goggles, right?
Oh, that's the whole kit.
Tiny Go 4K FPV Whoop RTK kit. And
That looks similar to the Cinelog 20.
Let's see.
That's
where the
that's
hell
got
did that
like
go?
the split on it.
Go away. Come down. There we go. Much better.
It talks about 4K 60 on it.
Yeah, it's going to record at it.
It's a nice looking little bird.
Yeah, it is.
I love the way those props are curved. That's pretty badass.
And
Let's
does it
see.
really have that landing
Wait a minute, do I
system
have?
down there? Or is that just the picture?
That's where the
Uh,
battery goes, I think, right?
yeah, that's the
Okay.
battery. So
Yep.
technically, yeah, it does have that landing area, Ron. It does, because the battery sits on top of that. So technically,
Right.
the plastic would. I like that, man. That thing can take some hits. That's pretty sharp, and for a beginner kit that comes with box
I was going
goggles.
to ask Bill, is this a beginner's kit?
I mean, I'm pretty sure. And I love the way everything's done. 54.8 grams.
Woo! That's a
There's the whole.
chonker.
You even
That's
get a
what. Yeah,
case.
so it's pretty sure it's a beginner's kit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But it's something you can definitely fart around with, and
Oh
it
yeah.
comes with 4 batteries, a set of extra props, a carrying bag, the controller, your box goggles,
You
and I
can't
can't
beat
really.
that for $359.
A
That's
battery
what.
strap.
Yep, and a battery strap.
And Bill, what kind of flight time are you getting on those batteries?
Oh, yo, wait! It's a full kit. Look down here at the bottom.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what all. So you putting it all together yourself? Of course, it's just like a snap together deal or something. I don't know.
No, those are part. Those are stuff. I think the one on the bottom left below the case. I
Uh huh.
think that might be a charger.
Right, and then we go screwdriver, and then what is that?
Extra shit.
Zip
Those
ties. I
are
can see that.
zip
Some
ties. Yeah, some
screws.
screws.
Would that be like it's another all in one board? Yeah. Woo. No, too small.
Hey, can I
Oh,
ask Gary a question? When you buy a kit like this, you don't have to buy it and fly. Buy it and fly. It's already bound out of the box, correct?
in a kit like that,
Yeah, it should be. You would
I
figure it
have
would be.
I have no idea.
All right,
Okay.
let me read what it says here. All right, here we're going. Gip RC is happy with their new release of the Tiny Go, which comes in a ready-to-fly Whoop kit. Okay, I think we're pretty much
Okay.
done. I
Yeah.
think that's it. It comes
Yeah.
bound out of the box.
There you go. That's what I'm also looking for. Yeah.
Let me throw this. Let me throw this in our chat. If anybody that's interested.
I'm gonna write these down in case I become a FPV manual flying expert when I get to Neil. I can
See
get
if
one
that
of these
gets you
in.
there. Let me go back to our smaller size here with our regular people share. Let me see. Let's see. So that was where that was. I found this one on my own. Get away. I thought it was kind of
Yeah,
cool.
affiliate links in the chat there. Please support the show.
Yeah, affiliate links. No, actually, this was just something I ran upon. So it does look like it's, but it doesn't really say. And it says 4K 60, like Ron said. 4K 60. Ooh, there's the YouTube channel.
Yeah, Scott, I'll be challenging you next year at the.
Oh,
North Park
whoa,
Road meet.
whoa. Due to shipping restrictions, batteries are no longer included.
Oh no! Where's it shipping from?
That's kind of crazy. Yeah, it must be coming from China.
So I don't get any price reduction for not getting the batteries.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up. Now that they tell you that, isn't it? Oh, it says now it says Dubai in 2021. So is it that old? It might be fairly
It's a
old.
3 year. It's
Let's see
almost
if we got it. Let's see if
4-year-old
we.
drone.
And what were you saying? What were you saying, Randy? It was what? Gep RC. What? Randy? Is Randy still there?
Ready? So this,
Yep, the Cinelog 20.
Okay.
well, I'm gonna wait for the V2 then. If that was 2021.
20. Ah, there we go. Let's go here. Oh, this is some parts. I want the whole.
The
They don't have
V2
it.
and the
They don't
S-Box.
have it in the kit, so I guess I have to go. Let's go. Whoop kits, or well, Whoop kit. Yeah, the best they're gonna offer. It looks like is. There's a Tiny Go. We've just looked at that. There's the racing. No. 249. And then new frames. So yeah, that's apparently it's a couple years old. And I wasn't looking in chat, so let me look over here just to see.
No, are these drones made in China or the U.S.?
DJI makes them in Singapore.
I'm worried. I better get mine before it gets banned.
Yeah.
Oh, sarcasm at its finest. That's 5 minutes ago, but I had to put it up. Selling all
Hey,
my whoops and buying the Neo. The DJI Neo is all anyone ever needs. Fly what you got, man.
That's
hey,
sarcasm.
hey, hey, Bill, can you share that video I just sent you in the private thing
I
and
don't
just
know. Is
and,
well,
and
it just depends.
let it play? It's somebody doing freestyle with the
I
Air
have to
65.
probably have to mute their music.
Yeah, that's fine. But just so you can see how good one of these little people
Oh,
can
it's
fly these
muted
things.
already. It's
Yeah,
muted
we don't want to
already.
get demonetized already for that music.
They might bitch though because it's going to match their. I only how long is it? 3 minutes and 55 seconds. I'll
Idea
show.
makes all whoops rhyme.
We'll show like maybe a minute of it, minute and a half. How about that? Let's get bringing it
Yeah,
in.
they can't do anything to us for just a minute of whooping.
Yeah,
Hopefully
right.
not. Anyway,
Hey,
He's never gonna.
I should have my Neo before I get my HT0, the new one.
Oh, your pre-orders.
Yeah, my pre-orders.
Yeah, because I don't
so
think anybody's ever gonna take a whoop above the tree line.
woo.
That thing's flying around there quickly. That's his
He's
dad.
flying acro with the tiny whoop, man.
Oh
Oh
wow,
yeah, I
That's
mean,
balls out.
he went outside.
I'm still saying he's flying acro with the tiny whoop.
Yeah, those little ones are a little harder to fly than the bigger ones. They're a little
Fucking
more
Really?
A, yeah.
jittery.
Oh, I already screwed up. I already said the word. I screwed up. I should have said it.
Yeah, I guess no GPS, Randy.
Yeah, I
Oh
doubt
man,
it.
he is just ripping that house, man. He is just
Man,
ripping
he's gonna
that
get a
house.
ticket.
I would have been replacing windows, light fixtures, and everything else.
Let me put this in the main chat for you guys.
Yeah, my contractor would have been busy.
Is that it?
That's a
Oh, hold
fact.
on. I don't think that's it. Let me go back. No,
doing
How's he
trippy
doing that where
spins.
he's
Yeah,
looking up like that and spinning?
a trippy spin.
Huh.
copy.
He's got a little breakup though there.
So it's analog. That's what you're getting. It's
Yeah.
analog.
Yep.
That's the video we're watching. And I think that's enough. I got to stop now.
Okay, yeah, we don't want to.
Boom.
We don't get fired for too much whooping.
We went a minute and 24 seconds. Ooh, I don't know what you're talking about.
We don't want nobody losing their dinner.
Scadio makes all
Brings all
whoops.
the moves. Yeah, that's I figured, John.
That's just, hey man,
Hello,
what's going
Interactive.
on, Nay? Haven't seen Nay in a while, man.
Oh,
That's cool. Glad to see you. He used to make all these fantastic intros for all these. I can remember he did for a couple of drone channels. Good to see you in the house. Glad to see you. Glad to have you here. Okay. Anything else?
Scott says the storm's 400 miles away and we are already getting rain. Not supposed to get here until 8 p.m. tomorrow night.
Oh
Well,
wow.
Scott, I hope you people stay safe there, batten down the hatches and
Viewers,
put those whoops away.
from seafood, seafood and FPV.
Yeah, it's a bad combination.
You might get.
Bill, you weren't whooping when you were eating all that sushi, were you?
No, you won't get the gout, man. You won't get the gout. I don't know for sure. I don't know what it was because I drink low fat dairy when I do drink dairy. We're talking about whoops for the minute for right now. Joe Folio FPV shoot.
You know,
They get
I know Joe does a lot of FPV flying, but I don't think I've ever seen one with a little whoop though.
They were well, no, I don't think I have either. But they were talking to him about him on Johnny's show tonight about how much he just loves burning packs and flying. That he could,
boy.
if you kept throwing packs at him, he'd keep putting them in there and flying. Basically, is what I got out of it.
First time I met him was in Florida. You know, not pre-meetup or whatever. He was flying the DJI Potato FPV drone. Man, he was flying that thing. What do they say? He was flying like he stole it or whatever, all over this little park or whatever. I mean, he was doing some flying that day. He had a
Yeah, Joe.
whole. He had the biggest backpack you've ever seen. He had a more batteries than I could count, and a couple different drones and goggles and whatever.
Joe's definitely not scared to send it. That's for sure.
Oh no! I think he invented the word "send it." The phrase.
All right, so here we go. I'm gonna kind of kind of slow things down or speed things up, depending upon how you look at it.
Wait. Just one thing. These are the motors, typical motor screws that come with the motors, the small motors.
Wow, look how small they
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
But now, in order to cut weight, they're going so far as to use these. These are peak fasteners. They're nylon, so it saves in weight.
What?
Yes. Look how little those are.
You need a lot of dexterity to get those in.
Oh,
Wow,
you have
that
no idea.
blows my
And
mind.
there's a motor. I'm not used to doing this. Is that how you do it? Like that?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
that
good,
works.
Gary.
That's crazy, man.
I
Look at
could
it.
never build these
Tiny.
things just because I don't have the
What
dexterity.
KV does that have?
This is I think these are 27,000 kV.
I was gonna say like 50,000.
No, they got like Tiny Whoop sells some, tinywhoop.com, they sell some and they go up there. They got some that are you
Who
frozen
charges
or you
40 or
just
50 packs at a time?
No, I was putting up what Scott said.
Yeah, Scott, who's he talking about, Bill?
I don't know if he's talking about him personally or how many
He's talking
Joe
about Joe.
does.
He's talking about Joe.
Joe?
Joe,
Wow. How
Joe,
many
you
charges does Joe have?
40 to 50. That'd be a fun ride home.
Does Joe have his own, does Joe own his own
You smell
nuclear plant or
burning?
something?
Woo! You'd have to have like what are they about 10 ammo boxes, I guess.
I said, Joe must have a little nuclear plant.
Well, I was just saying, can you imagine if you had all those in the car? But
Well,
if you had them in something,
yeah, you won't want that car to get hit while he's on the road.
or have one of them rupture.
I think Scotty's exaggerating a little bit. Last time Joe said he was going out, he had like 17 packs, which is
Okay.
a crazy amount.
I don't know. That's normal. Oh God, Nemo lost internet again.
Oh boy.
17 packs is normal? I need to up my game.
Well, let's ask Gary. What's the most packs you've ever charged, Gary?
uh
One time.
I don't know.
What's the
A
most
lot.
packs you've flown in a day?
I don't know, a lot. You know, it's funny when I was flying the Avata 2, I actually landed and I had like 60% of my
17's a
battery
lot,
left.
but I flew almost twice as much. So yeah, it could get into the 50 and 60 range.
Koopy says he does 10 to 15.
Okay, how much flight do you get out of 10 to 15 packs? How many? Okay, one pack gives you how many minutes?
About 3 to 5.
Depending on how you're flying.
Well, we're
Yeah,
talking
that's
tiny
it.
whoops though, so we're talking 3.5.
Are these all 1S batteries, Gary?
Yes, all these are one.
Okay.
But so, wait, Gary's only got like 14 more days, and he'll replace all his tiny whoops, all his FPV drones, because he will have the DJI Neo.
More than 2
We have
weeks.
some kind of angel music play when you say that, Bill.
Wait, let me see. Do I have anything? Wait. How about this? No. Wait.
Give us something good, Bill.
Oh, wait. Are you ready?
We're ready.
Because Gary will have the DJI Neo.
Gary,
Say it again, Ron.
you should play that music every time the Neo takes off for you.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, you could be in the middle of the field and the music is just playing in the background.
Gary, do you have the Avata too?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll be able to fly it.
You got the goggles, the controllers, and all ready to go.
There's your Neo, Gary. You better go get it.
Yeah, that's why that's why I got it, because it would work with that. If it didn't, I probably would have no use for it. But you know, I buy drones all the time, man.
Right. I'm Gary, and I have a problem.
Yeah.
I like talking about tiny whoops. Oh, here we go. This is called soft hip hop. Can y'all hear that?
A little bit.
Yeah, it's not super loud.
Okay.
I think I can turn it. Let's see. Can I turn it up? I don't know if I can or if I can't. Let's see.
Well, maybe if Garrett can master the Neo in manual mode, maybe he can teach me how to fly the Neo in manual.
Ron, when
Can
I
y'all
get
hear that now?
when I get the Neo, I'm gonna teach you how to spang it.
Well, I don't even know the jargon.
The spang it? What?
Yeah, SBANG. It's called smang. It's a type of flying.
Spang it. Sounds like something that you should tell your children not to do.
Or-
Don't you dare spang it!
I'll have the Neo for a month, and I won't get beyond the launching it from my hand and tell him to circle me.
Oh, wait, Ron, you're actually buying a Neo now?
Well, I don't tell anybody, but I've got a couple in order.
Oh, wow, man.
Ron's buying a handful.
Well, I'm
gonna
just
have-
trying to see which is going to come first.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
cancel that once the first one's coming, all the other ones will get canceled.
You know, and if it doesn't, you know what Ron's going to do? Ron will wait till everybody decides they want a Neo all at once. And then DJI's like, okay, it's going to be about 2 more months. And Ron's going to be like, hey, I got one right here. For about
Yeah, check my
$300.
eBay page.
About $300 right here. Just send me the money.
Well, Bill should be going to Canada and coming back with about a truckload of them.
I could do that. But by the time I would get up there and back, they'd start showing up at people's houses and they'd be like, no, I don't want that now. It's coming back to your house.
Yeah, then you got a truckload of news you can't sell.
Yeah. It'd be like, I don't know if you ever watched Big City Greens, but they bought up like all the city's hamburgers. And then, Remy bought all the city's hamburgers up. And then the people decided they didn't like the hamburgers anymore. So he ended up losing his ass. But anyway, it was kind of funny. So, now that we're still kind of semi-talking about this, I wanted to bring up...
Gary, Jackrabbit, Scott's asking in chat, he said, Gary, are you in Florida? He's asking you.
North Kakalaki.
Yeah, I responded. North Kakalak.
A little bit north.
Yep.
People still fly,
South
but...
Carolina and Georgia between you, right?
Yeah. Hey, Bill, I saw a video, something about the Senate killed that bill. Is that true?
No. It was the
sure?
first time around. That was the first
right.
time around. So
I
this
saw.
this new one that came back around, that's what I was trying to get everybody to understand. They can still reconcile. So basically what's happened is this has kind of gone, it's like they have like I don't know, it's like a committee that kind of works out the bumps and grooves. Okay, and then they throw that back. So now they're waiting on 1 or 2 points that they might have to pull out, between them. So it's only going to bounce back maybe one more time. So it's probably going to go to the Senate, and the Senate might turn that version down, and they may say, okay, we want to take this out and we want to add this. Okay, then it'll roll back to the House maybe one more time, but that's it, because they get the budget, approved. A lot of people are thinking now that we may get the Mavic 4. Hey, Chris. That we may get the Mavic.
Slip it under the drone ban. Yeah.
Yeah, right that we may get it a lot faster. And some people are speculating that it's going to be at the same price or less expensive than what the Mavic 3 was.
Holy cow! Play that music again, Bill.
I don't know, because we already know the pricing on the Air 3S,
It's cheaper than we expected.
Yeah, to be honest with you. But we don't know for sure what it's going to cost and what controller they're going to put it with. Because I still think, because Dale Hilton was the one that told me that the RC plus 2, he said that's an enterprise drone. He said because the first one was an enterprise controller. And that's why I posted that one in Coast to Coast Drones to show you, Ron.
Right.
So I know a lot of people got their hopes up and they're saying, we really don't need this controller. But does DJI ever listen to us, or do they just throw stuff out when they get it ready? So I think that maybe they meant to give us this controller for the Enterprise series maybe 6 months ago, but it's just now ready to go. So, and we also know that they're putting in it. They're going to try to get a bunch of stuff in the market as quickly as possible, because they've already made it clear. That was the problem, I think, with it in the first time around, was that it was going to ban all previous drones too, right? And the people were saying, hey, I've got all these in my fleet. This is how I make a living. So that was the concession that they gave all these people sending in. But are they going to stop? And so that means they're still going to stop all the future ones coming in. So that was the compromise. We get to keep what we got. They don't turn into paperweight. But also, as far as that's concerned, DJI can keep sending us all the same stuff, year after year, firmware update after firmware update. And I don't know for sure, but they may possibly. I don't know. I think it's a new FCC thing every time. So even a letter change wouldn't make a difference. I don't believe. So it could be Air 3, WW.
Right. And of course, also the drones that are out now, not only will they see working, but you can still buy them. So like say the Air 3S comes out, the DJI can still sell the Air 3S to us in the US 5 years from now.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
keep selling batteries and shit. And
Yeah.
we already know the Air 2S still runs, like Ron pointed out to me and made me aware of it, it still runs enterprise software. And it's still very, very, very useful in the field.
Right,
So,
people do a lot of mapping on the cheap. They're flying the Air 2S on that third party enterprise software.
So see, that's what I'm saying. Those are beneficial to be here. So we're at least going to keep those. So yeah, I think that DJI will probably accelerate their release schedule as much as they possibly can. So I mean, to be honest with you, when the Mavic 4 hits, it may be totally in beta when it gets here.
Yeah. As long as the hardware is set, it doesn't matter about the software. They can
Yeah,
improve that for the next 5 years.
Yeah, they can just keep working on that once they got kind of like the
I
Mavic 3.
a lot of people would say the Mavic 3 arrived in beta.
Yeah, kinda. So it may
Remember,
be something like that.
most of the feature was missing, and GPS didn't get a good lock until like May.
Another thing too that Dale pointed out, the new sensors look very similar to Skydio's. They put them on the top and on the bottom in those protective bubbles.
Right.
Gives them a much better view. And I really, truthfully, I don't see how Skydio might bitch, but it won't make. It might be the FU to Skydio,
Right. You're banned us, and we're going to steal your technology.
Well, not necessarily steal it, but take it and show you what can really be done with it.
Right.
So they might come.
This is the drone you should have made in 2000.
Or this is what drone you could have built if you came with us and believed in us, and we could have built a drone that could have saved the planet. Not that I believe that. Not that I believe that, but it's a possibility. Okay.
Hey, Bill, should I show everybody what I got? What I ordered off Amazon?
Oh yeah.
It was a great reveal. Yes.
Oh shit, I got it backwards.
Redo.
Oh
wow! Remote pilot 2024 test prep. Wow!
And it comes with 5 free practice tests.
Yes,
that's impressive.
That's what it says, right there.
And folks, when's the last time you actually saw a real book?
Yeah.
I was looking for one about 2 years ago, and all they had was the FAA handbook. They didn't have nothing like that.
You know what? It's usually they'll say, "Hey, man, we'll send it in a PDF. You can print it for yourself." A lot of shit comes that way these days.
Yeah. Print it yourself. Yeah.
So you don't print anything except the stuff you really want out of it. You're like, no, I know that. And I'm like, okay, I need chapter 4, chapter 7, chapter 14, and chapter 18. That's all I need.
Have you scheduled your test yet?
No, I've got about. They told me at work that the lady that is they're going to be in charge of, like, if they pay for it at work, she'll be back in like. He told me, like, he said she'd be back in 3 weeks, and that was last week. So I'm gonna study up and get ready. So when I go, I can say, "Hey, I'm getting ready to go. Y'all gonna pay for it?" And they're gonna be like, "Yay or nay." So
yeah, for me, once I was studying a little bit, but once I scheduled my test, that gave me an incentive to actually cram and learn everything, not just try to remember it, actually learn the information.
Right. So you do have your 107?
I do.
Sweet. Do you have yours, Ron?
Yes.
Bill? Why not, Bill?
Oh God, I don't want to piss.
Oh, here we
We've
go.
already,
Here we go.
we've already upset my usual one negative vote that I get weekly. My one big fan. So there's no need for me to piss off anybody else. I actually picked up a subscriber, so maybe it would be better just to leave
Oh,
it
wow.
alone. We're all screwed. Um,
Well,
I don't think FPV screwed for a while. It's just more bullshit, man. It's like we're going to everything Chinese is bad right now. We don't want it here. And then fucking I did it twice already, and in 10 years time, we'll be like, we can't live without Chinese technology, and they've become great people in the last 10 years. Bring it all back. And I'm like, I hate when they do this stuff.
Bill, let
you
me
know?
correct you. We can't live without Chinese stuff unless it's Apple. Then we can live with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
or cell phones that there's no way we could pry out of their hands. We would have a nationwide revolt. We would literally have
the same senators in Congress that don't want Chinese stuff have these iPhones glued to their ears.
exactly. They're right there on their
Yep,
heads,
that's the
man.
problem. If they all had drones, they
Here,
wouldn't.
let me imitate a senator. We
The
have
only
to
time-
ban all this Chinese stuff, right?
The only time that they have to get rid of it is if they go in a skiff, man, and that's like top secret
Well,
stuff.
most of them senators are so ignorant, they probably don't even know where the iPhone's made.
They probably got given those phones by their rich
Hilarious.
boosters.
It's
Right.
hilarious, man. It's hilarious. Marcel, what's up? What's up? We were already talking about whoops. Give him a quick review, Gary,
rewind it.
before you turn into a pumpkin.
Everything you always want to know about whoops.
If you want to whoop by the beta, I can't believe I'm saying this either because I've had bad experience with beta FPV. But if you want to whoop, get the beta Air 65 or 75. They're really light and they fly really well.
But if
They
you have a
fly.
problem with them, don't call us.
Yeah, don't call me.
And he was going to test Quicksilver, but he didn't get a chance, so that's why we're not discussing it.
Exactly. What is Quicksilver, Gary?
It's just
Whoop firmware.
It's a different firmware for drones. Actually, I think you can put it on other stuff.
No.
It sounds pretty cool. I like that name, Quicksilver.
They used to have it like back in the brush days. They had silverware, which was another popular one instead of beta flight. It flew really cool.
No, I literally I have nothing against 107. I mean, I'm all for 107 pilots making their money that way. I'm great for it. But the only thing that made me mad, and I've said this before, was about the Recertification Act in 2018, the FAA Reauthorization Act, when they drew the line and they took things away from the recreation pilot that they were able to do up until that point. That was when I was predicted, and everybody laughed at me, that they were going to kick us all out of the sky, and at the very most, it was going to become a rich man's hobby. And we're going to do it while we have IT. We're going to fly drones today. I've got a gentleman bringing in 4. And you just sit in your backyard. They set up 4 of them on a little pedestal, and they take them off and get them up in the air, and they get them up. Okay, they have one over here, one over here, one over here. Okay, you come and hold the controller and take pictures for 5 minutes. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay. Well, now what? Here. And that's the way it's going to be. And nobody's going to have any clue how they work. You're going to have to be fairly well off in order to work in the business and to maintain in the business. It's going to be very, very limited. There's not going to be like there is now. There's not going to be like 600 local real estate drone pilots. There's going to be more like 30 that have the certificates and stuff they need from the government in order to do that. It's going to become very professionalized is the way I see it, to limit our access to the sky, period. So that's what I think, because I don't think we're far. People were talking about it at Minefield. We're not far from flying vehicles. We're not that far off. People making jokes about it, but people are building these things in their own backyards now, getting licenses to fly them, and showing that it's viable. You know,
Right.
so it's not that. I mean, I think it's that. You know, I don't want to shortcut anybody, so I'm going to say I think in our near future, before we pass away, I think we will see at least 1 or 2 flying vehicles approved for flight.
Yeah,
I
a
agree, but
flying vehicle may take us to the old folks' home, Bill.
I think
Well, go ahead.
until they can improve the battery life, it's not really going to be a practical method of travel. You know, it's more like a, something fun to do, but it's not real
Proof
practical.
of concept or whatever.
Right, right.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
I mean, yeah, you're right. Everything's restricted by battery life in this times now. But I guess it won't be long before they can do a short flight. Like say you wanted to go, I don't know, if you lived in some kind of urban area, maybe you could get down to a train station fast or whatever.
Right. If they could get an hour out of it, now that would be that would be pretty cool.
Right, right. Yeah, you don't want one. The only flight it goes is from rising sun to northeast.
Right, and then you got to charge up for 8 hours when you get there, and then fly back.
Yeah.
Well, there's actually 2 to 3 new technologies out there. We do know wasn't it the Mini that had the ion batteries?
Yeah. Well, was that the first mini one?
I think it was the Mini that had the lithium ion,
The
and
ones
they
that the
made
ones that didn't discharge themselves.
right, and then they had even Zoe. Zoe made some lithium ion batteries for a while until that company went up. Remember, she was making some damn good lithium ion batteries. So I think there's some different technologies right on the edge of really
solid state batteries.
really improving stuff to the point
Yeah.
where to where we can actually have like large passenger capacity vehicles that can fly 6 hours if need be. Now I'm not sure about flying across oceans now.
Right, and remember, you think jet fuel is flammable?
Wait a
Let one of them 5,000-pound batteries go up.
So like it's like SNL, right? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for boarding the world's first transatlantic electric flight. Okay, yes, ladies and gentlemen, those first 6 hours were fantastic. We've only got 1 hour to go. By the way, we need everyone with their cell phones to plug them into the power bank now, as we're afraid we might not have quite enough juice to make it to London. So everybody, plus people all they're I got a hand crank. And they're all trying to feed the plane. But I can see something like that on Saturday Night Live. Thank you for being on our first transatlantic all-electric flight. By the way, we need the excess power you may have in your cell phone to be able to make it completely across. So anyway, I could just see something like that on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. Or like somebody, if anybody has their, DJI Air 3 on board, could you please pop the batteries out and stick them in the
Yeah, exactly. Plug in your battery banks. We need your extra juice. Or we need we need the 10 fastest people to come to the back of the plane, and then these doors slide open, and there's these 2 big running belts. Everybody's like run.
or
trying to generate power.
Anybody over 200 pounds, would you please jump out right now?
We definitely are not getting any extra views this week. They will slap us around for sure. Okay, and with that being said, since we aren't you're pumpkin bound? Who's pumpkin bound?
I am.
All right, thank you very much, Gary, and I'm glad your internet came back up. Okay.
All right, Gary, we'll see you.
Okay, and since I haven't done this in a while, I'm going to do some streaming recommendations.
Be safe, Gary, when that storm comes.
All right, y'all. See you later.
Thank you very much. We had fun.
Good luck, David
Definitely.
Electric.
Yep. And with your new Neo Whoop.
Oh, hopefully he has to come back.
He's like, which button do I click, man? I keep trying to leave, and they're still talking.
There's too many buttons.
Okay, Tulsa King is back.
Oh, Ken Herron's here.
Oh, what? Hey, what's up, Ken?
We
We
started
were just
talking
talking
about
about
flying cars.
flying passenger drones, and Ken pops in. Of course, at Minefield, they had that gentleman who flew that
No,
amazing
he
drone.
was lurking, man, and heard me say minefield.
Yeah, he
And
did. Yeah. Well,
but
he pays us $5 every time we say Minefield.
yeah, exactly. I'm gonna try to get to minefield before I
Yeah,
die.
a
I'm
minefield
going.
looked pretty awesome this year. I gotta
Let's get a
admit.
coast to coast van or what do you call it, like Winnebago, and go down there, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Bill, you fly back to Virginia, and Randy and I'll
Yeah,
pick
I
you up
could
on the
do
way.
that. Yeah,
We
I
can
could
pick
fly
you
home
up
for
on
a
the way
weekend and
down.
just drive
Hey,
out
I'm
there.
all in.
Well, no, I could just do. I don't. There really, because I there's nobody left in Virginia for me really anymore. Everybody's gone.
Oh,
They've all
really?
passed away. Yeah, my grandma passed away last year. I thought I said something about it. Oh, jeez, something
What's wrong? We forgot something?
something that Marcus pointed out to you, and then I had not thought about it about drone therapy actually, truthfully, being the long because Ken goes bi-weekly now.
Right.
And I started a week after Ken, so that makes us the longest running
Weekly.
weekly drone show on YouTube right now.
We need to be recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records or
Well,
something.
not necessarily that, but what I wanted to say was, let me get back over here. And I'm going to go check out my content on this part section here. I'm going over here to the playlist. Let me share this with you guys. Let me go ahead and see if I can get this up to where I can share it for you. Yes. Share. Come
Well,
back
and of
here.
course, Ken's actually been doing the the Ocean City Boardwalk meetup longer than he's been doing the Minefield meetup.
Yeah. Because and it's been cold a few times too. Really cold.
Yeah, yes.
You guys want to talk about a good FPV pilot? That guy Charles, Ken's friend, man, I tell you, he is an awesome
Charles is
pilot.
good.
Yeah, power loop and a storm drain. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
That
You
was
don't see
that was pretty badass. I did like
Yeah.
that. But the best overall pilot, and I haven't seen him fly in a long time. But the best like tiny whoop pilot, I guess you would say, because they weren't really. I guess they were like nanos then. I don't know for sure what they were called, but they were small. Was Sharpoo. And I don't know if you've ever seen any Sharpoo stuff. It's all analog, but man. But then we kind of find out that Carlos actually was like one of the lead animators for, which one was it? One of the major studios, anyway.
Oh.
So, and he's been there for years and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so here, I was going to do this.
Oh,
I
we
got
wouldn't
this-
animate those FPV flights.
Let's see, I'm going to get the playlist. So let's go here. We're going, look at this. Wait a minute. No, I need to go back. I'm going to have to go back.
In the meantime, Jackrabbit said he's been to 4 out of 5 minefields.
Can you see this right here, what it says?
Yeah.
First off, it says drone therapy trailers. It says there's 207 of those. But then right underneath this, called Drone Therapy the Shows, there's 297.
Wow.
So we're 3 shows away from the 300th
big
episode
300
of
mark.
Drone Therapy.
So we'll make that sometime in October.
Yeah, I just thought that was a cool thing. I don't know
Wow.
what we'll do, or it may just be the same as always. We'll be like 300. Well, woo.
Or maybe we can get a cake baked or something.
Yeah. So, or maybe we can get a special guest or two. I don't know. We'll have to see. That's a couple of shows away. So, but let's see what else I was going to talk. I was talking about streaming. I said Tulsa King is back with Sylvester Stallone.
King.
So we've got 2 episodes of Tulsa King. I've only watched the
King
very
already. Not good.
Yep, I've already watched the first one. I'm trying to think what else streaming. The new Garfield movie is now on Netflix.
You
Something
mean
cool
Garfield? Garfield the cat?
Yes, Garfield the cat, the
Right,
one
that
that the kid from Guardians of the Galaxy.
These are live action movies.
Yes, but he plays Garfield is animated. No, I think this is actually a cartoon. It's the newest one that came out this year. It's, what is his name? Chris Pine. Not Chris Pine. Chris. Somebody tell me. Chris.
Chris
Pratt.
Rock?
Chris
Oh,
Pratt.
no, he's a white dude, man. He may not be Chris.
White Chris.
So I'm going to Google it because I'm screwed it all up to now.
What movie was it?
The new Garfield movie.
Garfield,
Garfield the cat. 2024. Chris Pratt.
That's what I
Chris
said.
Pratt, right, Chris
Did you?
Pratt.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Randy. I didn't hear
Yeah,
him.
that's what I said. Chris
I
Pratt.
got,
Oh,
wait a
hold
minute.
on.
Son, what were you saying,
My ears too. Randy, you got speak louder with the old guys.
He's the guy that played in Jurassic Park, right?
Right. He's
Yes,
good.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
he's
And
real good.
Guardians of the Galaxy and da 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 da
Yep. Yep.
da. Koopy, it was awesome meeting you.
At Minefield, Coop, said his only meetup ever was Minefield 4.
I don't think he didn't go this year though, did he?
No, he couldn't make it this year.
Yeah, he went last year. I remember that.
Hey, Bill, can I give a streaming recommendation?
Yes, of course.
Okay, from the app, whatever the Apple app is or whatever. Bad
Apple
Monkey.
TV. What
Bad
now?
Monkey starring
Yeah,
Vince
yeah,
Vaughn.
yeah. That's the series.
It's based on a like a series of novels set in the Florida Keys and the Bahamas, and it's the best thing I'm watching now.
I'm trying to think. There's been some stuff on Netflix. She watched about the Menendez brothers.
Oh, is that one good? I saw
Oh
it on there.
wow, man!
I got to check that out.
But you better be prepared. It's very how can I say this? Direct through their descriptions, right, and other stuff kind of pieced together with other data and stuff that they had. It's very graphic and very adult in nature because of everything that went on.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't expect it to be G-rated.
Well, but it's really good. It's well done. Oh, his three daughters is also on Netflix.
Bill, I have a Netflix one for you. It's called The Perfect Couple with what's the lady's name? Who used to be married to Tom Cruise. She's a big star from
Used to be married.
Australia.
Oh, used to Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman and Liev Schreiber. It's also based on a really famous book, The Perfect Couple. Check that out. It's only 6 episodes.
Oh, and I think I've mentioned this before. Wyatt Earp and the Cowboy War is a documentary series about how Wyatt Earp went out to the old. It's on Netflix as well. How he went out to the old west. What all actually went on in Tombstone. What all went on at the OK Corral.
Wow.
Well, basically, the OK Corral was not very big. It was like maybe as big as like your driveway.
No, I've been to the OK Corral. I took the tour in Tucson. I mean,
Okay, but
yeah,
how big is it?
Yeah, like you said, it's like your backyard.
and then basically where they got in the fight was kind of like off. It was like the little back street right there in front of it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Like,
like
when I say backyard, I don't mean an Oxford backyard. I mean like a
New York City backyard.
backyard. Or whatever.
You can pave it and park a car there. That's how big.
In my hometown, somebody can have a backyard that's an acre big. Randy probably knows the same thing where he grew up. Some people probably had acre-sized backyards.
Oh yeah, I grew up.
But it's really good.
We had
Yeah.
like 5 acres.
This is that kind. This is a real backyard, city backyard.
Wait a minute. Let's see. Scott said I came out of the closet at Minefield. That's my full-time worker before that.
Scott, you came out of the closet at South Florida Drone Meetup when you burned those batteries at the beach.
He lit him on fire? Seriously?
He was flying down kind of the other end of the parking lot from us. We was whatever. Scott was flying FPV, and he said, it happens all the time.
I'm trying to think if there's anything. I know there's some other stuff. Oh yeah,
Backyard 60 acres. Yeah, so we're not talking about your backyard, Scott. Scott's got a real backyard.
My backyard might be 60 meters.
My backyard's smaller. My backyard's the smallest backyard in this stream tonight.
We actually owned a whole dairy farm, and then in the late '80s, my grandma and grandpa sold it, and that's all we had. They kept a 5-acre plot, and that's what we lived on.
My family had a milk farm, and the thing that was cool was I loved going to visit because after they would milk and it would run through everything, and there's like this huge refrigerated vat in the back, and you're like, and you go get the pail out, you dip it out, you pour it in a glass, bam.
It's funny because when I ride by I don't live. my dad passed away a while back, and the farm it still has my last name as the roads. It's kind of funny riding by, and it's got my last name
Yeah.
as the lane name.
Well, why? The thing about it is why would they change the name? It's not
Right.
like let's change it every time that the farm changes hands. You know.
It's probably a
So
lot of paperwork you got to go through.
not just that, I would say more than likely that your grandparents had established themselves as kind of like pillars of the community, probably as supplying this for them and
Oh yeah.
employing people and stuff like that. So that's another reason they would have named the room, not just the road, not just because the convenience of the farm being right there too. So, that's kind of a nice way to recognize people for doing stuff. They rename streets for somebody that's done something, all the time.
Right.
Trying to think what else. There's something on Apple. You found something on Apple. You was talking about Bad
Well,
Monkey. But
I gave that Bad Monkey with the. I said if you have Apple, you want to watch Bad Monkey.
oh, Inside Out 2 is on Disney Plus now for families with children. Trying to think there was some other stuff. See, some stuff came out on Max, but I can't remember what it was. It's like,
Max stuff, huh?
you know, Max. But yeah, that kind of stuff. We're running out of steam here.
Bill, I'll give you one. I don't. This is the one I believe. I'm not sure if it's Netflix or it may be. It may be. I have no idea what streaming service it's on, but it's a movie called Rebel Ridge. With
That's
Don
Netflix.
Johnson, with Don Johnson as a band
Netflix.
from a small town or whatever.
Netflix, it's phenomenal.
I know. I didn't expect. I was expecting a whole lot, Bill. I was so into the movie I couldn't turn it off.
Good night, Scott. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks, Scott. Be safe down there. But
You can pretty much milk anything with nipples. That's true.
thank you, Joe. But you guys see this Rebel Ridge, Randy.
It's very good. Do you have Netflix, Randy?
I do not.
Oh, well, I guess that kind of shoots that in the head.
Well, you can buy per month. If it's something good on the channel, I just pay the whatever $8 for 1 month, watch all my stuff, and cancel.
Is that how much it is? About $8?
I just threw it out.
Nah, I think Netflix
I think it's like 20, isn't it?
I was going to say, if you want HD, it's $19 a month.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
I'll have
they're
to look
actually
into it.
putting some really good stuff on Netflix
But
now.
there's always deals. Whenever we get Paramount Plus for a month or whatever, it's always under $10 just for 1 month. Now I don't know if I got HD or anything, but
I've been thinking about getting Netflix because I want to see the Tyson fight with Jake Paul.
okay.
It's gonna be
That's
on
there.
Netflix, so I will be getting it.
That's what I was
You gotta
talking
watch-
about, man.
Even for $20, if you watch a whole bunch of stuff for 1 month for $20, you can't beat that value, right?
Yeah, that's not bad. That's
Remember
not
when
bad.
you get-
what's the cost to go to a movie or something?
Did you see what Scott was saying before he left and went to get to sleep because he's thinking about drinking a glass of milk before he goes to bed?
Okay, we got him on dairy.
But
huh?
no, like I was trying to say, I was being polite. We literally had a bucket that hung up on the wall, and we would go over to the sink and wash it out, just dip it down in the vat and drink out of the bucket.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just so it was. I was trying to it seemed like we were polite when I said we poured in a glass, but you would get it in the big remember when you had the glass jars and you could pour. We would literally pour them full, and then you could put the cap on, and you take them home, and by morning there would be this much in the top that you could actually pull off of all of them and make butter with it.
I was telling
Okay.
Scott. I remember when I was young, my dad would let me drink the milk right from the boob of the cow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
The teat.
it was very, very warm. That's what I remember.
Huh.
Yep.
Warm milk.
Oh, that's something that I can share with everyone. That
What,
because when they found my newest hernias, it was down down near the boys, and
Yeah.
they were down there, and you know what? It's really cool because they use warm gel.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, and I was like, and he's like, no, it'll be okay, He's like, it's nice and warm, you won't have to freak out.
Nice and warm.
So I was like, oh yeah, okay, but anyway, so yeah, that's the next step. I don't know how long that's going to take me down. I go October the 20th, I think, and I'm hoping to get the surgery as soon as possible. And something tells me I'm going to be in bed for at least 2 or 3 weeks, probably, because they're basically going to cut right there on the edges of both legs.
Now,
Mm.
will you get what do you call that? Will the robot do the surgery? That little
I
what's
haven't talked to my surgeon again yet. It's the same guy that did.
what's that little robot's name? It's like a classy name. It's
Oh,
like
I have.
Da
Please say,
Vinci. Is it? I
please.
think he's Da Vinci or whatever.
No, I thought it was. Please keep Bill alive.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I'm wanting. Night Joe, thanks for coming in.
Well, Bill, my hernias were a little bit higher. I got what the doctor said. I'll give you the bikini cut when
Well,
you cut it out.
I had an umbilical hernia. It was the first one, but
Okay.
then see, I had two ones lower down near my junk, near the boys, and like there was one kind of worked its way into the back of one of them was grabbing a hold of it. So sometimes it would feel like literally somebody was flipping me in the testes, tink,
Wow.
tink, and I'd be like, ah, and then I'd sit down, and anytime they would touch, it would be like, ah. So then I went and found out he did that ultrasound, and he said, oh yeah, you got one on both sides. So I got to talk to my doctor and figure out which one he's going to do first.
Bill, the more we talk about hernias, the more they're leaving in the chat.
Oh no, well I understand that, but the whole point is I've still got that flare up, and I need to go ahead and put it back up and put some heat and stuff on it too. So I don't know.
You said all this is going to happen towards the end of October.
I'm hoping. Wait a minute. Let me get rid of this. I needed to get rid of that. I'm trying to remove it. But yeah, we're definitely. I go October 20th to see him. He will go over the ultrasound with me, and he will say, "Okay, you can either have surgery or you can not have surgery." And at which point I'm gonna go, "Okay, you know what the deal is. I wouldn't be here in the first place if I wasn't saying please fix this because it's
Right.
really uncomfortable, right? And I don't want to keep dealing with it."
Yeah.
So,
Anybody,
Brad, thank
anybody that's
you.
never had a hernia, it's not a good feeling.
I have
Not a
one
good feeling.
currently.
Randy,
Is yours low like my new one, or yours on the belly button?
It's low. It's a sublingual.
Yeah, yeah. Did they
Yeah.
Did they do the ultrasound on you?
No, actually, it's a funny thing. I went to my family doctor, which is a woman,
Yeah,
and she had to check me. I had to drop my pants.
yeah.
And then they sent me to the specialist, and it was another woman doctor, and she had like a 22-year-old assistant, I guess, a intern,
Yeah.
and they did the same thing. So it was an experience. That's about as far as I went with it because she
Right.
wanted to do surgery, but I couldn't go out of work for that amount of time at that point. So
How long did she tell you?
how long I would be out for?
Yeah.
I think it was like 8 to 12 weeks or something.
Wow, 2 whole months, 3 whole months.
I had
Depending
the
on-
higher hernia, the one above the belly button, and I missed at least 2 months of work or whatever.
Oh
Yeah.
no, the one. Well, mine when they did mine with the robot, it was only like 3 weeks.
Well, mine's old school. There was no robots in the old days. I
Yeah.
got cut open like I was a woman getting a cesarean.
But I'd say it's going to be pretty much the same thing with me. So I'm going to be. That's going to suck too.
Well,
man.
good luck with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said,
I had pretty bad pain for I don't know, like for 3 or 4 days.
yeah, they're dropping like flies. everybody's grabbing them, grabbing them, and going.
It's
"It's
gonna
going
be
to
clear
back
here in
down."
5 minutes.
Yeah, it's like the more you talk about this, the more I have sympathy pains.
Who knows? We may get some hernia doctors tuning in, no, Bill.
Yeah, right. We've already run Ken Herring off, and he's like,
I tell
"Okay,
you,
I'm out."
when I first did it, I mean, it hurt. It hurt down there like bad, and then
Oh yeah.
it kind of went away after like a couple weeks, and then
Mine, if I laid on my back, the hernia would go down. It gets caught between the walls of the stomach. If I lay flat on my back for a while, it eventually sinks back in and I'm good or whatever.
Oh,
Right.
But then it's only a matter of time before it gets caught in there
We're
again.
way off
yeah.
the squirrel.
And if
now.
I eat more, it acts up. If I like eat too much, it'll start acting up.
So like, go get a salad and you'll be better off, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know for sure if your doctor told you or not. Down in there also is where your intestinal tract goes.
Mine wrapped around my intestines. I had a hard time going to the bathroom.
So
Wow.
yeah, that's and that's the difference is if I was you, I would from your basic doctor, I would get her to request me an ultrasound, and you can request a dude, and he'll literally look in there.
Let's see where it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll know exactly what's going on because the longer you wait, the greater chance is that it will squeeze and cut it off, and then
Yeah.
you'll have to have like a bow resection from part of it being dead.
No, that's not good.
Well, I've had it for about 2 years, I guess, and for the last year, I haven't really noticed anything from that. Like, I haven't felt anything. I haven't felt no different.
Okay.
The first year was kind of rough. Like, if I lifted too much, I would feel it. If I bent the wrong way, I would feel it. But the last year has been pretty nice. I haven't had any issues with it.
Have you
So I
changed your eating habits and stuff?
not really. I am a little bit mindful about when I'm eating. I'm not going to eat as much, but
Yeah.
that's about it.
Drone therapy or physical therapy. We're old, man, and we're discussing our ailments for those people out there so that we might be better educated and help others as well. I mean,
maybe we could finish strong and come back with some drone news. For the
see, here's another thing too. Is Randy also gave me, which I kind of figured I was going to hear probably 6 to 8 weeks that I was going to be down for, and he's not going to let me go out of the house probably for the first month, and then it's going to be you can't lift anything, you can't do anything. He's probably going to bitch at me for going up and down stairs too. So,
Well, my estimate was for my return to work.
oh yeah,
I probably
yeah.
could have been up and moving sooner than that, but for me to return to work and be at like full capacity, it would be like 8 to 12 weeks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And mine was if I wouldn't if I would have had a job where I just sat at a desk or whatever, I could have probably been back to work in 2 weeks if I just
Oh yeah.
had a desk
And
all day.
my job told me no exceptions. There's no they have no light duty.
Right.
So
Exactly. You come. I'd say my job is the same way. You come back 100%.
Yeah.
No sit down work or.
But the thing about it is, for them to say that you couldn't maintain your job that long, is if your physician said you couldn't come back for, potentially 3 months after an operation, but your work goes, well, we might hold it for 6 weeks. After that, we can't guarantee shit.
Well, I was doing money was doing profit for me because I got to work with comp the whole time I was out. So I made less money than if I go into work, but I had a lot less expenses not going to work. So I didn't lose out at all money wise because of working with comp and all that.
Right, yeah.
Well, fellas, I'm
anyway.
gonna have to head out.
That time, huh?
Well, I'm great
Yeah.
with all of us taking off. I think Angel I hope nothing happened to him while he was
He
on the
said he was on
road.
the way a while ago.
Well, it's still, like I said, it could take him, especially depending on, you never know what's going on in the city. It could take you anywhere, like to get from here to Angel's house could still take you 45 minutes to an hour.
What's that road he gets called on, Bill?
I-5, interstate.
Because remember that time I asked him the questions, well, how far is something? He said, well, it's 30 minutes away, but it could take 3 hours.
Right, yeah, it just depends on, and sometimes I could literally make it from the middle of the city to my house in like 20 minutes, and that's driving the speed limit. But then other times I can make it from the middle of the city to my house, and it may take 2.5 hours.
Brady, I think that I-5 is equivalent of I-95 for us.
Yeah,
Right.
I guess
Is he
so.
coming home from work?
Yeah, he was trying to he was training some
Okay.
new people, plus he was trying to get home from work as well.
I'm spoiled. I live like 5 minutes away from my job, and it's all back roads.
Well, I live at my job, so it's really cool for
Yeah,
me.
can't beat that.
Yeah, but anyway, I wanted to say thank you for the people that stuck with us all night. We're very glad for having you here. I'm going to wrap things up a little bit early tonight because I want to get my foot back up, resting and stuff.
There you go.
And I thank you very much. And we'll have something interesting and crazy and wacky next week too. Ron, you got any new videos coming out?
I'm gonna have something out on the DJI Action 5 Pro. I filmed a bunch of stuff, but I got to work on the edit.
Kurt,
So,
glad to see you,
no
Kurt. Glad you
real
came in,
drone
buddy.
stuff, but Action 5 Pro stuff.
Hope you're doing good.
We're still waiting for the Neo next month and the Air 3S later on in October. So October could be a busy drone month.
And then could be getting the Mavic 4 in December. You never know. All right, live long and prosper. We will see you people next